Hello, my name's John. I'm building a Cadian Recon Squad and you're watching Wargames, Models and Other Hobbies. Hello and welcome to another video. As you can see, I'm in mid-build of a Cadian Recon Squad. I've been putting together the squad from the recent Kill Team box set, and I wanted to see how many spare parts I could get out of the kit itself, and there are quite a lot. So what I'm going to do in this video is finish building these, and we'll have a look at what other options I could use for conversions later on. So this is the leader, and as you can see, I've put everything together apart from the right arm and the head. So I'm going to choose those now because there are a few little options that you can have with this. Now the options are the bionic arm or the pointing arm just there, and I want to go for the pointing arm with this one. The bionic arm's really good, but I kind of see that as having a lot more potential for some conversion ideas later on, so that's why I've kind of not gone for that with this build. Now I really like the Cadian Recon Squad. I have to say, although they are multi-part, there is a slightly more limited kind of opportunity to do simple conversions on these models because of the way that the bodies are put together, the legs are aligned to the torsos and all that kind of thing. They're still nice models and I really do like them, but I'm sure, thinking about it, I probably would find a way to be able to do a bit of conversion. But for now, I'm going to stick with the stock models. So now I've got that arm on there, let's have a look at the options for the heads. So there are so many heads on this kit. I'm going to leave the heads till the end because I want to have a look at all the options to see if I can get a bit of squad coherency with it. So there is the arm put on that guy just there. The next one in the list is the sniper, which I've put together everything apart from the head, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. And then after the sniper, I've just got the instructions off screen, so just having a look at them. This is going to be the gunner. So let's get the parts for that. Again, I'm not sure exactly on the head that I want to use, but I do know that I want this to have a melter gun, as it is one of my favourite weapons in Warhammer 40,000. So let's clip the arm off, and then I need to make sure I get the right part. I'm looking for part 52, and it's either going to be on this sprue. Oh no, there it is, right in front of me. I was probably holding that right in front of the camera while I was looking, so you probably saw it before me. Let's try and clip that out. Yeah, at this point in time of video of making this recording, I'm still waiting for 11th edition to come out, which should be, for me now, is next week, but probably when this video comes out it was the beginning of the week. So hopefully right now I'm busy building 11th edition box set items to make some videos of. I'm really looking forward to the land speeder, so it's probably going to be the first thing that I build, and I will do a video of that because I want to do a little bit of magnetising and things like that. Now something I like about these models are the way that they do go together really easily in positioning, but again, that is one of the drawbacks why there isn't as much of a kind of an easy conversion option with some of these parts. But as I said, it is what it is. But they do go together really quite nicely, and they are nice models. And I've got quite a few Cadian models to build for 11th edition. Right, there's the melter gun. No head, as like I said, I want to decide on the head later on. So the next one is going to be the guide, and I know which parts I want to use for this. So let's find the sprue with all those parts on. Probably going to be the last one I look at. Yep, here we go. So there's two options with the front pouch closed or the front pouch open, and I want to go for the front pouch open because I like the look of the map being held in front of him, or the paperwork, whatever it is. But let's get all those parts out. So I need that one, 74, which is just up here. And then 71, which is just here. Some little binoculars hanging from the shoulder. So let's tidy this up. Now I do also have the Red Terror to build from the Kill Team box set, and to be honest, that's the real reason why I got that box set, because I've always loved the Red Terror, and I think I had it years and years ago when it first came out, but then that's the way of things. I think I did get rid of it, and I think I sold it on eBay quite a few years ago. But now the new one's come out, I'm really quite looking forward to building it and seeing the size of it. So that's going to be another video where I build that and put that together. Okay, so that's going to sit just like that. Now, the one benefit of the way that these models go so closely together, you can glue them with capillary action. So just touching the edge of the seam with the glue. So okay, let's glue the arm on first, then I'll glue that hand on. And yeah, I'm looking forward to looking at all the head options for these. So I am aware there is quite a few, but I'm also aware the options that this kit gives is going to be really quite nice for future conversions. Okay, I'm going to have to, try and get this in position. There we go. Oh, sorry, off screen. I need to get a monitor there so I can actually see what I'm doing whilst gluing these. But okay, there's the guide with no head. Let's carry on. So the next one in the instructions is the missile launcher, which I really like, but I've already built that one up without the head, so we'll leave that one for now. And then it's on to the Vox operator. So there are a few options with this one. Let's have a look at so I do like the different options of the kind of the las rifles and the carbides, and it's a mixed group on the kill team, and in Warhammer 40,000 they're all just treated as las guns, so you can kind of just go for what looks cool. But I do like that kind of mixed look. But there are enough of these rifles, I think, to be able to have, I'm hoping, a squad of Cadians with the rifles instead of the las guns that come with them. But we'll see how down the line how that conversion would actually work, because it It might work, it might not work, but we shall see. The other option I've got is for, I've got, I think it's the field artillery, to convert the gunners in that with some different weapons. Now, the option I have for this is either the arm just there where the person is calling, or that one there where they've got, looks like a little sight, and I'm going to go for the one with the little sight, as it looks like he's in the middle of viewing the battlefield or scoping something out. I do like my squads to look like they're doing something. Okay. No, I haven't, again, with this one attached to the head, but the arm will fit, there we go, in a specific way for me to choose a head for that later. So next one is the little grenadier model. Oh, let's get that in focus. I've already put that one together because there weren't any alternative options really for that one. So then the next one is the loader for the missile launcher. Again, not any options for that one, so I've just put that one together. We'll wait for the head for that one. And now the next one is the medic. So I've put most of it together, and then I am aware with this one, if I can find the parts, yeah, here they are. There is only one medic head on this kit with the symbol on their helmet, so I am going to use that one. And then gun wise, I think I'm going to just build it as is, so just got to find the one right in front of me. There we go, 166, the las rifle slung on the arm. The carbide from the alternate version of this model, which is the Vox operator, it doesn't quite fit in, although I am looking at another trooper that does have a... Okay, I'm going to glue the head on this one, and I've just seen another arm option which I quite like the look of, which is not holding a weapon at all. So let me just find which one that is. So that's part 159. So let me have a little look for... Oh, there we go. There's 159. Oop, as I knock the sprues over off the screen. Let me see what this looks like, because I don't know. I like the idea of... Well, not like the idea, but I always find it interesting to have models that don't necessarily depict the weapons on there. So yes, in game terms it would still have a las gun, but he's in the middle of running around and supporting his squad. So I've got the option of this one with him running along, or this one. Actually, no, I do like the one with the las rifle, so we will use that one. So this one is pretty much out of the box with the options that the kit gives you. There we go. That's quite cool. And then finally, I've got the gunner with the stub gun, which again, not really many options on that, so we'll put that there for the head. And then the last little model is the Vox relay, which is a cool little thing there. So let's start having a look at the different head options that I've got for this. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 heads, including the one I've just stuck on. So you've got 34 heads that you can actually use on these kits. And I'm hoping a lot of these might be usable on other kits as well. So, there is... Let's start with the squad leader. There is one I quite like the look of, which all of the squad leaders have ones with little peaked caps, but there is one just there wearing the hood, and I quite like the hoods in this squad. So let's see what... So we've got the option of the hood like that, but that could also work as the sniper. Actually, it could work as so many of them. Oh, just knocked that on. Let's see what it looks like on. Like, it does lean back slightly, that head. So I think I'm going to go for a mixture. It does work well on the Grenadier. Ooh. I'm going to go for a mixture of helmeted heads and unhelmeted heads, I think. So, oh, there's too many choices. But I think the ones with hoods do work well with this because they've got their long cloaks on. So let's have a look at what other, on this specific sprue, what other head options we've got with hood. So there's one there. Let's just whip that one off. I should use my snips really, but that's alright. Let's tidy that up. Because I think the hooded models the hooded heads, unless the model has a hood, I don't think it's going to work. Nope. So I think these are actually very specific. Yeah, so that is... Okay, that one is the sniper's one. So the heads aren't, with the hoods, aren't very transferable, which is a shame. But on the other hand, does mean that the other heads are slightly kind of transferable. It's just because the hoods sit on the hole for the neck and the rest of the kind of the flat section. Let me bring another model up so you can see that section there. That's alright, I like that. Okay. I'm going to hold off on the leader for now. And I am aware there's some heads with bionic eyes. There, so there's that one just there. And I think that one is the one for one of the options for the missile launcher. So let's have a little look. Head number 80. No, it's not. That's 89 is the missile launcher. Let's see what that one looks like on the missile launcher. Sorry if it's been off screen while I was having a look. Oh, I like that one. That works there. That's... Although, would it work on the... Oh, there's a helicopter flying over. Actually, I quite like that on the stubber. I wonder if that is an option for that one. Doesn't say, but I'm going to use that one on the stubber. Okay, there we go. I like that. Right, let's have a little look. Okay, let's go through the list a little. So 70, which is this one just here, that one is the one for the guide. So I will use that one just because of the very specific pose that the guide is in. Let's quickly get as many of these heads on as possible, because then we can have a little look at what parts are spare and left over. Oops. Okay. So there are so many options. It's okay, this is really hard to kind of work out which ones I kind of want for each one, so I am going to look at the instructions actually to see what options it comes up with for some of them. But yeah, some of them aren't necessarily the ones I would go for. Apologies, this video is turning into more of me just looking and staring at specific random heads to decide, but I think that one with the helmet, because there's already the helmet on the medic. I can do a few more ones with helmets, and I think that works. It's not in focus, there we go. That works for the melter gunner, I think. It doesn't sit that easy in that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's go for that as the melter gunner. There we go. Really nicely detailed heads as well. They're not too shabby, really. Right, let's do a... There's some nice little ones. That one there looks a little bit Vasquez-like. Oh, I do like the beanie as well. Who have we got left? Right, let's have a look and see what heads are on some of the other ones. So, the original head for the missile launcher is 89. I'll have a look and see if... Okay, so it's that one just there. Shall I stick with that one? I think I will. Unless there's another option. Oh, I'll stick with that one. Or, yeah. I don't know. Oh, I'm being indecisive now. Too many choices and not enough thought. Right, what other hooded ones have I got? Let's have a look at all the, if I've got any other hooded ones left. I think I might have used most of the hooded ones. Can't see any left on any of these. There's some nice bandana ones across the face, but right. Let's get that. Sorry, I'm going off screen looking at stuff, so you can't really see what I'm looking at. That was quite good. Yeah, I'll go for the out of the box one for the missile launcher. There we go. Right, so I've got 4 left to do, including the sergeant. I think I'm going to have to get all the ones with... Oh, let's get the beanie ones. There's one... How many beanies are there? There's 1, 2. Got those, that one there and that one there. Let's have a look at what the... So I think I will go with that hooded head on the leader. But you know what? I might take that arm off. Can't take it off yet. I can take that arm off. Let's finish the leader, but they're going to get the bionic arm because it does look cool. So there is the bionic arm. So my decision at the very beginning of the video has now gone the other way. That's okay. Let's just tidy up that. Put a bit of fresh glue on it. Put that bionic arm on. And the reason why I've changed my mind on that is because with this head, whoop, let's do that again. With this head
so much for tuning in. My name's John, and you've been watching Wargames, models, and other hobbies.
Gluing in, that's capillary action, some glue. There we go, there's the sergeant. Okay, let's have a look at the grenadier. Could be pretty much any of these heads. I quite like the one with the eye patch. Let's. No, I think I'm going to go for the what it recommends, which is the 131. So, I'm going to apologise, this isn't really a very exciting video. It's just me thinking about possibly using a certain thing and then just doing the factory finish ones. Right, 2 more to go. And it does say, for that one it likes 111 head. Let's have a look at 111 and see what it looks like. And it's a bald head. What other options are on? You know what? I want one with a helmet, I think. Let's have a look what we got. So I think this is the problem. When you have a lot of choice, it does become a little bit difficult to decide what you want to go for. But I'm aware, just to get the right look for what I want the squad to be. Right, hang on. I'm just going to grab that head there, this little head there. This is going to be the loader for the missile launcher. Reason being, it's got a similar style. There we go. To the missile launcher. So these guys don't wear a helmet. So it's either hoods, helmets, no helmets for those two, and I think I should really go for a helmet for the comms operator. And I think let's go for let's see, is there something which... I just want something a little bit interesting. Let's try that one. Let's try 42. See what that looks like. That works. I like that. I like that helmeted head. Alright. I'm aware this is kind of dragged on a little bit. Oh, fingers going wrong. There we go. Oh, sorry, that's out of focus. Right, what I'm going to do now, let's have a look at all the options that are left on the sprues, so I can start to think about a few different ideas for conversions, and then we'll have a look at the whole squad. So, we have a big variety of different heads. We've got weapons, so there's the lad's rifle, there's lad's carbide, got plasma gun there, loads of different backpacks. So on this sprue, how many have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 8 heads on that one. Quite a nice little grenade being, having its pin pulled there. Yeah, nice selection on that one. And on this one, again, we've got the rifle, we've got the carbides, got a sniper rifle there, a long las. Again, lots of different helmet options. So I might have to take all the... I think I'm going to take all the options off so I can have a look at them. I like the idea, if I can find one to show you. There we go. So the woolly hat, the beanie there, I think that's good. That could look really good on a weapons team or something. There's 2 of them, so I might have a play around with that. But yeah, there's a lot of spares on this sprue, which is quite good to have. But let's have a look at each of these guys. So we've got the sergeant just there, went for the bionic arm in the end. There is the sniper. There is the special weapons operative with melter gun. I've just snapped the hand of the guide off, so let's glue that back on right now. That's a little bit annoying, but never mind. As these videos are, warts and all, you can see when I do things slightly wrong. There we go. So there is the guide with the little fold down map or orders or something. We have the missile launcher and loader. Really like those ones running along. There is our Vox operator with their little relay. The grenade throwing trooper there. And then finally, we have the heavy stubber and the medic. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little video. I was in mid-build and I thought, oh, let's video the end of this and see exactly what kind of things I can come up with these guys. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I think I'm going to build the Red Terror next. I will do a video of that. But for now, all I can say is thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry this one's been a little bit of a boring video, but my name's John and you've been watching Wargames, Models and Other Hobbies.